Planet Dolan. From sharing dirty fanfiction to the old dildo for Christmas trick, the Planet Dolan Crew reenact some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the special ways our parents embarrass us. I'm Zara Gamba, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by AGrimFate. Sid was having a surprise birthday party during which his father was an absolute terror. First, when Sid walked in, everyone was yelling surprise, but his father was mooning. That shocked everyone at first, but the party was otherwise going okay. Later, Sid's dad popped up again, butt first. Using his hands to make his butt talk, he said,
"It's time to blow out the candles,"
and then farted towards Sid and his friends, grossing everyone out. Sid had hoped his father was done, but nope. He then told everyone he had a special present for Sid, and most of the party guests followed him. He got them to the bathroom and showed everyone a turd he had just made, then started talking about how glorious it was. It smelled like death, and all Sid's friends made weird faces about it. As the night wound down, Sid's father continued to embarrass him by hitting on all his female friends. The next day at school, rumours about Sid's mental father started to go round. He just wanted to die of embarrassment. Number 9 was submitted by, hi? Pandora's family was on vacation and the elevators at their hotel were really weird. Neither Pandora nor her mum knew how to get it to work. They continued to try until an incredibly hot guy walked up behind Pandora and showed her how to do it. As the three of them were standing in the silent elevator, Pandora's mum said to her,
"Pandora, you really need to start wearing better bras."
The hot guy looked at Pandora's mum and then at Pandora's boobs. Finally, their stop arrived and Pandora's mum got an earful for the rest of the night. Number 8 was submitted by Stillsadaboutmcr. One time, Emoji was at Hot Topic with a few friends and her mum, who was a huge My Chemical Romance fan at the time. Suddenly, the store started playing Welcome to the Black Parade. Emoji's mum froze and started screaming the song. Emoji asked her many times to stop, but she wouldn't. So Emoji and her friends figured it was best if they just left her mother standing there in the middle of Hot Topic singing to no one. Emoji has never been more embarrassed in her life. Number 7 was submitted by JokerFan45. Salty Squid's mum is a very overprotective woman and did not like it when he was out of the house at night. One night, Salty Squid had to finish retrieving carts from the parking lot for his job. It was around midnight and Salty Squid's boss wanted him to make sure that all the carts were inside before going home. But Salty Squid's mum came to pick him up and was frustrated when he told her he had to stay and finish. So she let Salty Squid do his work, but she started following him all over the parking lot in her car while he worked. Salty Squid decided enough was enough and just got in the car when it looked like the lot was empty. It turns out he forgot a few, but he has since left that job anyway. Still, he'll never forget that night. Number 6 was submitted by konolicoda. One time Gergak had a friend over at his house and they were playing some games. Meanwhile, his dad was skinny dipping with some friends. That was fine until Gergak's dad came in with 2 of his female friends and said to Gergak,
"Son, I'm gonna make you into a man."
He was clearly drunk and it looked like the girls were as well, so they might have agreed to it. Gergak could have been fine with it, but then his dad pissed himself and puked all over a chair. The 2 girls helped him up, Gergak's friend went home, and Gergak just went upstairs in embarrassment. That was the last time he heard of that plan. Number 5 was submitted by Iristhesmolmeme. Froggy was at the mall with her family and they saw a couple walking out of a store. Froggy's dad walked up to the couple, pointed at Froggy and her sister and said,
"This, folks, is why you buy high-quality condoms."
Froggy was incredibly embarrassed. The couple said they already knew. Froggy's mum could not stop laughing, then her dad said,
"Just warning you."
After that, they headed to the food court, not even discussing it. Number 4 was submitted by AngryGirl92. Doopy's mum bought her a dildo for Christmas, which was already weird. But then she had Doopy open it in front of the entire family. To make matters worse, she took photos of the whole thing, and now she shows all her friends and also some random strangers. Number 3 was submitted by Ye420. Pringle used to be a huge fanatic of a certain video game series. He was so into it, he started writing some freaky fanfiction for it. One night, Pringle sat down to write more, but noticed some of his pages were missing. He went looking around and ended up in his parents' room where he found the pages by his dad's side of the bed. When Pringle picked them up, he noticed on his dad's laptop that he had shared the fanfiction with Pringle's friends. Supposedly, this was some kind of punishment for writing about sex. Pringle went to school the next day with half of his friends amazed and the other half completely grossed out. Number 2 was submitted by Harrison is Gay. Nixium and his twin were at an arcade celebrating their birthday. The arcade had a party room and they had quite a few people for the party, so they got to eat in there. Nixium's mum had quite a few drinks and got to talking politics with another family member. Just as the waiters came in to give them their food, Nixium's mum said, "I don't think Abraham Lincoln should have freed the slaves." And yes, the waiters were black. Nixium and his siblings will not let her forget that day. Number 1 was submitted by me and was the most embarrassing thing my parents ever did to me. For 1 week each year at high school, we had a week called Career Week, where different people came and talked about different occupations. On one of the days, my dad came to give a presentation about botany because he's a world famous botanist. At the whole school assembly where everyone was gathered, he gave a normal talk which I thanked my lucky stars for because he always embarrasses me. Then, right at the very end, he decided to give the pearl of wisdom, which is that it's not about the size, it's what you use it for. Take my son for example, Zaragamba. He's very small, but I imagine he's just fine in bed. Ladies? And I do not understand to this day why on earth he would ever say that. Especially the ladies part. Huge thanks to the folks over in our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What is the brattiest thing you've ever seen a child do? Let us know in the Reddit page link below and you might be featured in a future countdown.
This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys.
Well, that's it for this countdown, but catch you guys next time.